All right, hello YouTube and all my Starseeds on YouTube. Welcome back to the Starseed channel. It's your girl Bree, and I'm so happy that you're here. Okay, so we got the podcast going and we have the video going, so we are good to go. I hope you are well in the mind, body, and spirit. Today is Mercury Day. Mercury is about communication, early childhood environments, constant mind racing, and that's what we're going to discuss today is like how to ground yourself through that energy. What I find with Mercurian people, that meaning Virgos and Geminis, is that they are constantly moving, constantly thinking, constantly plotting, constantly planning, and sometimes you get so caught up in your mind and your head and your intellectual process that you don't spend time to just be present. You don't spend time to work through issues. You just go through your process and think that everything's going to fall in line the way that you think, or you have plan A, B, C, D. You're like constantly strategizing, not realizing how you're affecting the people around you, how you're ignoring your physical health and your physical body. And this is not just sun signs. And I always want to reiterate that this is not just about sun signs. This is also about if you're a Gemini, Virgo, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all those interpersonal planets. This is the time where the day where you either thrive or you are running off anxious, like you're most anxious throughout the week. My sister's a Virgo and she says Wednesday is her favorite day, which is when she feels probably at her best because it's Mercury Day. So it's about communication and learning how to work well with others and make sure that you're clear with your communication and your delivery. So today I just want to address some things, talk some shit. So right now we are moving into Libra season. It is my sister's birthday, my best friend, the love of my life, one of the loves of my life. So happy birthday to my Virgo Libra sister. She was born on the equinox. So she's a Virgo, and then at the end of the day, she's a Libra. So she has a lot of Libra influence. So happy birthday. I love you. And I just wanted to get into Libra season a little bit. And this is a great time to explore our interpersonal relationships. This is going to be really heavy on relationships. If you notice, Libras have a whole lot of friends. They can get along with pretty much anybody. They have a really strong charm to them. So they can, hang out with the black people, the white people, the Asian people, the Hispanic people. They pretty much have a lot of luck in business, and they have a lot of luck in connections and things like that because they know how to speak the other person's language and mirror the person. But right now we are in the process of releasing that after this Pisces full moon, which is, we're going to feel the effects of that probably for the rest of this week. So, and we also have, the Libra Mercury Retrograde on the way. So this is going to be a great time to release a lot of unhealthy connections, people that are just in your life to be toxic, people who are just draining you, taking advantage of you, or people you're taking advantage of and draining. And so this will be a time where you really look at things like, am I being treated fairly? This is a time where the scales will be tipped. Scales will be tipped. Libra is about scales. Okay, so we're going to be balancing things out for the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be intense. I think there's going to be, in my spirit, I feel, and from my research, I'm seeing that there's going to be a lot of scandals. There's going to be a lot of business relationships coming to the forefront. A lot of people you felt like had integrity probably don't. A lot of people who are speaking about integrity and all that, they're about to be exposed. So, not that everybody who speaks about that is, on some sketchy type stuff, but I'm just saying, like, we're going to see a lot of, and Libra's Venus is a lot about sex as well, because we value, Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is about what we value and how we exchange with others, exchange energy with others, physical energy for the most part. And a lot of that is money, sex, aesthetics, fashion, whatever is going to get you in the door with somebody else. So it's a lot of sexual, things going on. A lot of people are going to be coming to the forefront. I think I just saw that Ray J or something about Kim K's second part of her sex tape. Now they're, talking about that. And I'm like, wow, like she's a Libra. And the fact that that's coming up right now is just so irrelevant and stupid, but it's just one of those things. So celebrity news, I don't really get into the too much of the emotional part. I'm just objectively and astrologically looking at it like, wow, this is so convenient that this is coming out right now during a Libra shadow period, Mercury retrograde shadow period, and it's about to be Libra season, and she's a Libra. So it's just, that's how I kind of look at things. But yeah, so some things like that, people being exposed for their shady business practices, and we don't got to get too much into that, but y'all know who I'm talking about. So it just, it's getting interesting. So I think that this Venus opposition to Uranus is all about new insights, revolution, rebellion, and Uranus rules Aquarius. Aquarius is the water bearer, the bringer of truth. So in the opposition, there's some balance that needs to be had. There's some tension on each side, and each side has to learn how to come together and make it right and make it fair. So with Venus, it's about what we value, the money, the business contracts, the sex, the relationship, and then we have the new insights to those things. So a lot happening there. So, in my spirit, I really think that there's going to be a big, huge political scandal. I think it's Scorpio season. Is we're about to move from Libra Mars, which we're also going to have a Libra Mars, a Libra Venus. Or no, we're in Scorpio Venus now. Sorry. So we're in Scorpio Venus now, which a lot of transformation in the money, sex, relationship area is happening. But towards Scorpio season, it's about to get real. About to get real. So may not be real for us on a personal level, but from what I see and what I understand, things that are going on at a higher level usually trickle down, and we see how things with the government, things with our governing bodies are crumbling because Pluto is in retrograde in Capricorn, which will be out of retrograde soon. So everything will start to make more sense. But right now things are crumbling. That whole structure, business, everything is about rules, and the rules that we made up as a group, but not considering these people, that's about to be over because Aquarius, Pluto is coming. The age of Aquarius is coming. Aquarius is about humanity and rebellion. And in Pluto, all of this is about to be a totally different story. So don't get used to the way that things are. We have been through plenty of political scandals from the top down in our whole lives. We are always, pretty much it's something that's always happening anyway. Whether we want to admit it or not, these people are not who we think they are. So might as well take them off that pedestal. Okay. All right. So let's get into the reading for the day. I'm trying to keep this short, but I just want to talk my astrology shit. Just, whatever's coming your way, be observant. Tap into your Libra energy and your observant energy. Listen to your intuition. Don't be too indecisive. That's another thing that Libra does. It's very indecisive about what they want, indecisive about decisions. Keep that Queen of Swords energy as much as you can. So here we go. To get into the reading for the day, I have all my decks here because I didn't know which one. I have some new decks here, not old decks, but just previous decks. So let's see how this goes. Okay, this first one is the tarot because we need to get some kind of understanding. Spirit and ancestors, spirit guides, angels, the divine, please come into this reading to give us a word for the day and lead us into the energy and what we're supposed to focus on this Mercury day. Deep breaths. deep down. Sometimes it could be intense. It's been an intense week already. That's why I had to bring some lights, okay? All right. Father of Wands, Daughter of Cups, and Three of Wands. Okay, so with the Father of Wands, this is fire energy. This is taking that Mars energy and learning how to balance it out. Right now, Mars is in Libra, so this makes total sense to be the leader, be the one to just sit back and kind of sift through the information. Don't make decisions too fast. Be masterful in the way that you take action. Be masterful in the way that you create relationships. Be masterful in the way that you create contracts in your life. Be masterful in the way that you create things. Take time to plan. Take time to pay attention to detail. Take time to connect with people and talk to people who have done it before. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable about the things that you don't know. Don't be afraid, period. And don't be afraid to take action. With this Daughter of Cups in reverse, it's really making me think that some people are afraid to take a leap. You're afraid to go with what's in your heart because of, it feels like this is like a worldly thing. This is like influence from the atmosphere, which is totally understandable. We're still very much in a pandemic. If you have kids don't have bus drivers. Their teachers are tripping. Hold on. The teachers are tripping in some places, and you have to worry about, getting sick and then possibly having to deal with the whole hospital situation. So I would definitely not, would not take too much. Just don't take too much of it in. If you are sick or feeling sick, it doesn't mean it's a death sentence, and it doesn't mean it's COVID. So please, watch how much you're taking in your mind. Watch the news. It feels like a lot of y'all are watching and paying attention to the news, which is good, but it's also because you need to know what's going on locally. But know that the news is crumbling. It's not, these journalists do not have integrity. They can't take the truth, as we can see with Joy Reid. Not with the Nicki Minaj stuff, but with the missing white woman syndrome debacle. She's right. She's 100% right. They cannot take the truth. They cannot take when a black woman is bringing truth to power. It is the truth. Black women go missing all the time, and it's never as big of a story as when it's a white woman, period. And if you get offended by that, then you need to look at your own. You need to check your own privilege and check your own check the racist meter if you're getting offended by that. But yes, it feels like you are scared to move forward because you don't know how it's going to, you're too worried about the outcome. You're too worried about what's going to happen. And then we have the Three of Wands here, which is saying trust the connections, trust what you know, trust what you feel, trust what spirit is telling you to do right now, and go with what your intuition is telling you. This is another, whenever I tell y'all, whenever I see rainbows, I think of collaboration, connection, coming together for a common theme, for a common reason. I'm even thinking about herds, like tribes. But this is your tribe. This is not something new. This is not something that, that's like unfamiliar to you. This will feel like a very familial environment. This will feel like people that you've been longing to connect with, which makes sense because we have that Aquarius. I think I pulled this card for Aquarius really early in the year. And so I really want you to not be feared. Do not be afraid. You cannot be the King of Wands and be afraid to make moves. You cannot be afraid to make moves. And this is why I do the tarot first, because I got to get down to it. Stop being afraid, or you'll be afraid for the rest of your life. You'll be singing shoulda, coulda, wouldas and all that when you get older. Nobody can check you at this point because everybody's in the same boat. Everybody doesn't know what's going to happen the next day. So the best thing you can do is listen. The best thing you can do is rely on the ancestors that have a positive impact on your life or had a positive impact on your life and your family. Tap into that. What did they do when things were hard? What did they do when there was multiple political scandals? Because this is not the first, the second, or the last. Go back and look at history. How did your great 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 grandparents get through this? How did they sustain their family? How did they create their dreams? That's the kind of thing that you need to be focused on right now. All of us needs to be focused on right now. Which one? And it seems like with, especially with Mercury Day, this is very much feeling like you are not, like you're trying to detach from your emotions and just be up here in your head. But you're not listening to your heart. You're not listening to spirit. Not even that you're not, but you should. If you feel yourself up here too much, Gemini people and everybody else, come back to here. What's going on in your spirit? Let's do the animal deck. We have a bird here, we have a swan here, and we have a snake here, Father of Wands, Cobra. So let's see what the animal deck gives us. I'm trying to keep it short, I promise. I'm trying to keep it short because I know, like, yeah, I'm trying. Okay. All right. Ooh. We have a bee. This is very much air energy. Perfect on point for Libras. Bees represents community and represents purpose. If you notice, bees know what they're doing. Bees come into the world and know what to do. Bees come into the world and know their role in the hive. Everybody can't be the queen. Everybody can't be the worker. You have different jobs. You have to go out and get the honey people. You got to protect the queen people. But everybody protects, all the bees protect the queen. But they all have different roles, and they come into the hive world and know what their purpose is. And they come into the world knowing that they cannot achieve the hive environment the way that they cannot do it alone. You will never find a bee that doesn't have a hive. You will never find a bee that doesn't have a tribe. So this feels very much like find your tribe, know your role within the tribe. Tap into your instincts. Like I was saying, the things that you were born with, some things that you're not going to be able to be taught these things. These are things that are going to come up for you. Like for me, it's being more vulnerable. If I need to ask questions, I'm going to do that. If I need to phone a friend, I'm going to do that. If I need to plan more, I'm going to do that. If I'm going to need to refine my skills a little bit more, I'm going to do that. But there's no bee without a hive. There's no bee without purpose. There's no bee without knowing where to get its sustenance, where to get its healthy feeling from for the hive and bringing it back. So it feels very much like find your tribe. It feels very much like let go of unhealthy relationships, let go of unhealthy behaviors in relationships so you can truly thrive and live out in your purpose or live out your dream or whatever it is that you're striving towards. But you have to be able to let go of selfishness. You have to be able to let go of manipulation. You have to be able to let go of indecisiveness because you know what to do. And don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to travel. Don't be afraid to step away from the group sometimes. Because we see bees all the time and it's just one bee. It's not two bees. Even though you know there's more than one, sometimes we just see one. Especially bumblebees. Sometimes you got to step away to figure yourself out. Sometimes you got to take a step back from the parties. Sometimes you got to take a step back from the drinking and the parties and the drugs and the shopping and all of the things that you do to distract yourself from just focusing on you as well. This is about building a relationship with yourself as well, because Libra season can be very focused on how other people see me, focused on how I see myself through other people versus just seeing yourself. Just gonna keep it there. All right, let's go into a surrender card. What do we need to surrender, Spirit? With this air Libra energy, it's going to feel like unhealthy relationships. I think that's what it is. Unhealthy relationships you have with yourself and unhealthy relationships you have with others. We're doing good. We had 20 minutes. We're almost done. Okay. All right, Spirit. What do we need to surrender under this under this Mercury Day? Oh my God. Oh. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Oh my God, that is crazy. I knew it. I just said it. Oh my God. This is why I love this stuff, because it's so crazy. Like, this is how much this is why I do everything I do, because I know that I need to be the deliverer of this message. I feel it in my spirit, in my heart, and here it is right here in the flesh. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. And for Libra, I will say it's not people that toxic is not people trying to hold you accountable for your actions. That's not negative. That's actually love. So, yes, surrender unhealthy relationships. That just made me so happy. Okay. I think I want to go with a self-care card, because this reading has been kind of heavy. So let's lighten it up a little bit and then we're done. Okay. How do we need to care for ourselves on this Mercury Day? Because that's another thing that the Gemini Libra influence can do for you. You totally forget about your physical body. You totally forget about what you need other than separating from people and isolating. What are you doing in that isolation but thinking about more things that you need to do? So let's see. Watch a movie. Yes. Find your favorite movie on Netflix, HBO Max, Peacock, whatever it is that you are streaming right now. Because if you have cable, I don't know what to tell you. Cable is too expensive. But yes, watch your favorite movie. My sister just suggested a movie to me, so that's what I'm going to do. But I always find a movie to watch because it just takes me into another world. It helps me think in different ways and different perspectives. I know Clickbait is like a really popular series right now, and it's so crazy. But I absolutely loved it. So yes, watch something you enjoy. Watch something that sparks something in your brain to think differently, to look at people differently, especially in relationships. I think that movies do a great job of doing that. So that is your reading for today, and I will continue to do this. Hopefully this video goes right, but we'll see. All right, love y'all. Bye.